Okay. Hello. Hi, Britzoners. Welcome in Tuesday online class. Woo! Oh my gosh, it's already like a week we didn't have any class, right? Because our last class is on last Tuesday, which is the offline class, and then after that we didn't have any class due to the public holiday. So welcome back in our class. So, hi everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Anin, and today I'm gonna be your MCs for today class. Whoo, nice to meet you, all of you here. So, I think while we are waiting the other participants, first of all, I wanna appreciate all of you who are joining our class today because this is Tuesday, this is work day, so maybe all of you already drained all of your energy because of the work, mm, public transportation, traffic jams, or maybe study, or maybe you already doing a lot of things today, or even you are just like lying down in your bed, scrolling down your phone, and then you realize it's already 7 p.m. and you have to join Britzone. But that doesn't matter, guys, because besides all of that, you are here right now. You are committed to learn English together with us. You are committed to socialize with people, and I think that's a positive thing. So you are doing great, everyone. Woo! Okay, and also I wanna say thank you very much for all of you who always joining our class because we already know, guys, there's no Bridgestone without you. So please always support our class by joining our class, participating our event, and also you can buy some merchandise for us. Okay, so oh yeah, I almost forgot that last week we have a public holiday due to the Idul Adha moment. So on behalf of Britzone, I wanna say happy Idul Adha. So I hope that all the positive vibes, all the positive things we can gain in this moment, everyone. Okay, so please, guys, take a note to control your intake of red meat, okay? Because if you have a lot of meat and you eat that meat in one time, it's not good for your health. So I think it will be better if you can share with your family, with your neighbors, or with your friends, or even with Britzoners, okay? So please control your intake of the meat, everyone. Okay, so I think before we start, I want to have a little bit chit chat with you guys. Like, it's kind of like a warm up, and also, yes, kind of a warm up to make our class more fun, more engaged, more relaxed. So I have a question, like, what is the reason that makes you decided to join our class today? Anyone want to share with us? Anyone want to share the reason why you are decided to join our class today? Okay, Almira. Come on, Kak Almira. Maybe you can like introduce yourself first.
Halo Kak, my name is Almira and I'm working in a ministry in Central Jakarta. The reason why I joined in this class today because I'm really interested with the topic today and the speaker also because the speaker is Indonesian Diplomat. I think it's really interesting and it can give me a new insight and we can share experience, it's really interesting for me.
Okay, thank you, Kak Almira. Is it your first time joining Britzone or are you a loyal member here?
No, actually I already joined some classes before.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Almira, for coming in our class and also for your sharing because I also really curious about this topic, guys, because diplomacy is something that maybe it's not only about government, right? In our daily life is also there's a lot of kind of diplomacy. So I hope that today you can learn a lot of things and it can and the material can meet your expectation, Kak Almira. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start the class by sharing our announcement. So, okay. So, guys, welcome to Britzone, the largest English community in Indonesia. So, we actually Britzone is like community that we are volunteerism based and we are free and open platform for everyone who want to learn English together with us, and we are focusing in English education. And we have a lot of type of class. The first one is Britzone Tuesday class. We have to type here online and offline. So for the offline, we already held last week on at Kemenidasmen, and today we have the online class. This class actually always starts at 7 p.m. and we have two main events. The first is presentation or talk show and also activity session. And then we also have Present Thursday class. This class always held in online on Tuesday, start at 7 p.m. And the main event of this class is presentation or special time classes and also activity session. Okay, the next here we have Prison Saturday Fun class. Actually, this class always held offline in Kemendigasmen. Start at 11 a.m. in the morning, and the main event of this class is presentation or collaboration class, forum group discussion or activity session, and also fun games. Now, the next we have our monthly classes. We have present outdoor class here. So this class held once a month on Saturday, and in this class we can learning English while we are visiting iconic places and in and around Jakarta, Tebet Eco Park on 10th May 2025. So since we are community and volunteerism based, so we want comfort to learn together. So please, guys, if you are joining our class, follow our general guideline to always respect and share kindness to another members. And please seek permission if you want to take a picture or maybe recording some video, especially in offline classes. And also, please avoid discrimination. And if you witness any behavior that violates this guideline, please report it to the facilitator or maybe the other committee that you know because we will take an action of it. And don't worry, we will not reveal your name, guys. So your name will keep secret. Okay. And next, guys, we have a lot of social media here, and one of our main social media is Britzone ID and Instagram. So if you want to know like upcoming events of Britzone, you can joining our Instagram. And also we have YouTube channel here for Britzone English community, and we have TikTok Britzone ID, and also we have Discord here. So for Discord, we always have a class, guys, in Sunday, start at 7:30 p.m. Actually this class always about games. So we play a lot of games here and fun together in English. So if you want to connect with us 24/7, you can scan this barcode and join our class on Sunday on Bridgesco and at Discord. Okay, sorry. Okay, next, guys, we are sponsored by Perpustakaan Kemendidasmen. So if you are wanna be the part of the member of the library, you can joining as the member at Perpustakaan Kemendikbud. So you can have an access to all of the collection like book, audio, and video collection in Perpustakaan Kemendidasmen. So and here are guys the upcoming moments. So we are open for a new member. So if you want to be part of the Britzone as a committee and you want to like give a lot of contribution in Britzone, you can join us as outdoor PIC. So if you want to becoming our part and interest to be our part, you can go to this link bit.ly/bcoprec 2025 and follow the requirement process. And guys, today we always have a tradition. The first, since we have online classes like today, please guys, turn on your camera so we can have a good interaction with the other people. And after that, we're gonna have a taking picture together. And after the class, guys, please all fill out the attendance form as a feedback for our class. Okay. So for the next, I think I will let Kak Fashiha from Entre. Halo Kak Fashiha.
Halo Kak.
Hello
Okay, Kak.
everyone. And also, in addition to being the best English community, we also provide everything you need to accompany your class needs, like busy apparel, busy career, and busy connect. You can scan QR code in this and you can order. Okay, thank you, Kanin.
Okay, thank you, Kak Fasiha, for your explanation. So, guys, if you want to buy our merchandise, you can go to this link or scan this link, ya, Kak. Yeah, guys. Okay, so I think that's all for the introduction or the announcement for the bridge zone. So I know that you already really craving about the material that will bring by our special conductor. So we have Kak Alvis here. Hello, Kak Alvis.
Hello, Kanin. Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kak. How about you, Kak Alvis? Everything
Perfect,
well?
perfect. Also doing
Okay.
great over here.
Okay, thank you, Kak Alvis. So we're gonna talk about diplomacy, right? So are you ready, Kak?
Alrighty, we can just start right now.
Okay, let me share the screen and wait. Okay, time is yours, Calvis.
Okay, thank you very much, Kanin. Hello, good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here. I'm Alvis, the conductor for today's session from Britzone. Thank you so much for the invitation. I just want to give everyone a heads up that today I would like the participants of today to be more interactive. So I'm going to start by asking a question, and I would love if uh, the people right here, the participants, could comment down below. What are your answers? Or maybe you could just open the mic and answer. And if you have any questions throughout the session, feel free to save it for later because we are going to have a Q&A session right after. Okay, so let us start. State-of-the-art diplomacy, navigating through our world today. You might ask, why did I pick a title for this title for the material today? Next. Okay, before we jump into diplomacy, I want to ask people over in this platform, what comes to your mind when you hear the word diplomat? Please write down the comment below or maybe open your mic. What comes to your mind? Yes, free visa entry. Anything else? Yes, you could directly say through the mic. Someone who's representing a country, formal talks. Anything else?
International relation.
Ambassador. Yes, that too. Anything else? Big lies, traveling. Okay, this one's funny. Big lies. We'll get into it after this. All right. Okay. All of your words are correct. Countries going abroad. Next. True. There's a lot of people that says, like formal talks, ambassadors, and I've gathered several pictures here. It is what you think it is. It's meetings, it's important people, it's people representing countries, international relations, it's passports here and there. It's also about going the high life, living in big cities, in diplomatic cities. People, we have a joke here when we say like someone who is a diplomat, usually goes to New York or Paris or London, the big cities. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Next. But next. Yeah, it is not always what you think it is. Yes, it's all about the big formal attires and also all the lovely business trips, but it also includes the difficult ones, meaning that some of our diplomats, in Indonesian diplomats, for example, are posted in places that are areas of conflict or areas of war. See, some of we have to have a sort of form of representation abroad in any other country to protect our national interests, but also most importantly, to protect our citizens. So we have diplomats in Kyiv right now who are going through the war in Ukraine and Russia. We also have some diplomats in Kabul, in Amman, in Dakar, places that you wouldn't really think that are safe to go to. You wouldn't think of having a holiday right there. But aside from difficult postings, we also have to carry everything from A to Z. We have to think about everything that our ministers or our bosses tend to. For example, yes, they have the big meetings, but what comes after their big meetings? They also have a working luncheon. So during the working lunch, some of us have to take care as simple as what are they going to eat, or is the fork the same distance as the spoon? Is it accordingly fitting to for example, the formal settings for during a formal luncheon? But of course, there's a lot of reporting to do too. So we have to report everything to capital, to headquarters. We have to say, hey, this is what happened, and this is what we're going to do next. And of course, because it's about global affairs, it's about the world, meaning that we don't have a specific time zone where we can work. For example, this is 7 p.m. and later I'm going to wait for a meeting from US, for example, because they are still in the morning, right? So we have to attain to the different time zones across the globe. Okay, next. Okay, so that I've mentioned about diplomat, like the profession itself. But what comes in your mind when you heard the word diplomacy? Diplomacy is not necessarily what a diplomat does. It doesn't only recline to whatever a diplomat does. It could be expanding more than that. Diplomacy, by the definition from Merriam-Webster, means the art and practice of conducting negotiations between nations. I've also heard some people say about international relations and big lies, formal talks. Please pay attention to the next definition because it is also defined by skill in handling affairs without arousing hostility. So when you hear the word diplomacy, it doesn't only stick to the profession of a diplomat, but it also means the skill of us talking, for us to meet in the middle, of us coming into solving a problem together, and without arousing hostility, or we don't have problems between each other. Okay. Sorry, it's raining right now. Can you still hear my voice? We're good? Okay.
Yes, Kak, audible.
So yes, so that is the word diplomacy in itself. It's an art, it's a practice, it's a skill in handling everything with good morals. Yeah. Okay, next. Okay. So according to the Geneva Convention, what does a diplomat do? They mainly have five main functions, which is representing, protecting, negotiating, promoting, and also reporting. But also for the Indonesian diplomats, we have an additional one called managing. So what do we do? Representing, we represent a country, we represent our own self. Hi, I'm from Indonesia. Hello, everyone. We're coming to big UN events, we're coming to big meetings, representing our country. Whatever I say is whatever the country says, basically. And protecting, we protect our citizens abroad. For example, if you're a student abroad and you have a problem with your passport and your visa, we protect you guys. And but also this also means protecting you from the chaos and the war that is going on in conflict zones. Negotiating, this is very on par with diplomacy in itself. When we have some resolution that we have to solve together, that we have to go ahead together, we negotiate, like a business, for example. You want A, I want B, can we meet in the middle? And fourth, promoting, we have the job to promote our country, to promote all of its economic potential, but also to promote its culture and its arts. That is why you see many events abroad that includes tourism events, or also tourism and promotions of dance, art, song, everything you can name it. Reporting, as I've mentioned before, we have the job to also report back to headquarters and to say, hey, this is what's going on in this country, and this is how we should move forward. And of course, lastly, like any other job, we also have the job to manage everything. So we have to manage our staffs, we have to manage our our schedules, and we have to manage. We even have to manage how our embassy holds firm abroad. Like I'm talking about electricity, water, everything. So as I said before, diplomats, we try to manage everything from A to Z. Okay, next. Okay, so this is a very interesting topic that I would like to dive deep into. So why did I pick the title of State of the Art Diplomacy, Navigating Through Our World Today? Because as you may know, that in this cyber field, with the advancement of technology and the role of social media and how modern diplomacy carries on, diplomats are not the only actors who can who are responsible, not responsible, who can portray diplomacy for Indonesia. We are not the only actors that can play a role in international relations and diplomacy as a whole. But there's a theory called the multi-track diplomacy that there are other actors that can come and also participate. For example, professionals, business people, private citizens, research centers, education centers, schools, peace activists, religions, and also philanthropists or funding, but also the media. So basically, this multi-track diplomacy is a theory that initially was made for peace building. It says that everyone can play a role in making peace. But now it has expanded much more than that. So not only peace, but also anything. For example, human rights and social justice, cybersecurity and technology, trade and economic development, environment, public health, education and culture, and also many more. For example, when we discuss about human rights and social justice, you may see right now in social media, there are many instances. What is the hottest discussion right now in terms of human rights, social justice, and also peace? Let's talk about Palestine and Israel, for example. Not only diplomats can participate in its diplomacy, but also everyone. So you, the public, the general public can come into so their social media and also spread the word for peace, give solutions out there, because everything is political, right? So what we do is also political. So anyone can be political about this. Trade and economic development, when you're trying to promote businesses to come to Indonesia or when you're trying to promote trade to go abroad, we are also capable of that. Public health, when COVID happened in 2022, everyone had a role and a say in it, whether it is in public policy, but also as simple as wearing your masks. That is something that we can influence. But also when it comes to international relations, how we were able to get vaccines from abroad, that also plays a big role. Environment, as of now, probably the hottest discussion in Indonesia politics is Raja Empat. If you're aware about this week, we have a say in it. Everyone has a say in it. So, okay, next. I'm gonna be quite fast because I want to hear from your side and also the people who are participating in this event. So let me ask you, if everyone can become a diplomat, you can also become a diplomat. So what's your inner diplomat? You could be an influencer. You could be someone who is active on social media and promote their values, promote their country and whatever. You could also become an official representation for cultural exchanges. For example, when you have those exchanges with other countries, you promote Indonesia. You tell them, hey, this is what's going on in my country, and this is how we can work together. Somehow you're representing Indonesia, right? And also you come into the function of promoting Indonesia. As simple as you going out with friends from other countries, it is also diplomacy, right? Because this is what's going on. We are not only sitting in formal settings, but also informal settings. And the most important part is to make that connection with people who are abroad. As simple as being in Britzone and training your English, that is already a part of diplomacy because you're training yourself to speak English for you to also be capable in communicating with other people abroad. because at this point we all know that English is very widely, it's the most commonly used language that is used in formal settings, but also in informal settings everywhere. For example, I have this picture of Indonesia Expo. This is in Osaka, Japan. We are currently having this tourism expo right there, and that is a formal setting where we can promote Indonesia formally. But also, they have also our ministry have also engaged with several public several prominent artists. For example, Tulus, he was invited to go there to sing one of his songs that is also conducted in Bahasa Indonesia, but also in Japanese. That is also an effort of diplomacy, but also a result in diplomacy. When you have businesses with other people and you come into a solution together, you meet in the middle without creating hostility, that is an act of diplomacy, as I said. And if there's a big center for example, a fair uh, and a business meeting or whatsoever, that is also a way for you to promote diplomacy. So you don't have to become a diplomat to be able to conduct diplomacy. You could do it from every something as simple as being in Britzone, like I said, but also when you become but also when you're participating in formal events. So it comes a long way. So I want to ask you, what's your inner diplomat? And that is going to be one of the questions that is going to be asked later on in the FGD. So next. Okay, that is it for me. Thank you very much for your time. I would love to hear more of your questions, for example, in the Q&A session later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Alvis, for your sharing. So, wow, that's a really insightful, right? So, when I remember that you don't have to be a diplomat to conduct a diplomacy. We can be ourselves to conduct diplomacy, to share about our condition in Indonesia and to connect with another country, guys. So that's interesting. So, guys, if you have any question, you can ask to Kak Alvis maybe to question. So, any one of you? Oh, okay, Kak Almira. Okay, Kak Almira.
Halo Kak,
Okay.
I want to
Halo,
ask,
Kak.
uh, before you become a diplomat, do you speak English fluently or you did learn it specifically to apply in the ministry? And if you learned it, how did you learn it until you become fluent in English?
Okay. Thank you very much, Almira. I'll just respond to each question, all right? Thank you for the question. So as I said before, English nowadays is the most used language in the world. So, and at least for Indonesia, it is already something that is expected by you since I don't know, since even junior high school maybe sometimes, right? Junior high school, we're already expected to learn English nowadays because what? Because of the developments of technology and all. I would like to say that when I applied for the ministry, I already can speak English. But because we have the requirements for IELTS or TOEFL scores, so it is very important for each of every one of us in training to train in speaking English. But I would like to say that my English is not perfect too, so it comes with its mistakes, it comes with its nervousness. Yeah, it comes with my nerves, nervous. See, there's no need to be discouraged when you speak in English. Hey, we're all training out here. And what the beautiful part of being in Britzone is that it comes in a community that comes together and learning English together. So we are not afraid of seeing different levels, and it's never too late to start. So yeah, so how did I learn English? Of course, from class, from school, that is already a given. But I think one of the most important way to learn English is that you're actively using it. So whether it's you with your friends or whether it's in social media, like I think technology plays a big role here. I'm not talking about only social media, but also movies, books, as simple as that. YouTube, songs, music. So when you play something and you're trying to understand it, you try to say it. I've had a lot of friends that learned English through medias, through their hobbies, for example. So at first they wanted to know more about a specific issue, for example. Oh no, they have like a certain hobby, playing music or like playing a movie, watching a movie, and they tend to like note down every word that they don't understand and then start to learn it later. Or you could go as simple as playing Duolingo, for example. That's always a start. And this doesn't only come for English, but also counts for any other language in the world. So yeah, did I respond to your question?
Yeah, it's enough. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Almira.
Okay, thank you, Almira, and thank you, Kalvis. Next, we have a lot of question here, but I think I'll go with Kak Daniel. Hi, Kak Daniel. Go ahead,
Mm.
Kak.
Hello, Ka Aning. Thank you very much, Ka Alvis, for your presentation. I have a question related to the material that you think it is important. What would you think it is the most important textbook or academic reference that you think was important for your education as a diplomat?
Okay. Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, so this is I don't have something on top of my mind. It's odd because I'm from international relations, so usually we have lots of books, but it's been way like how many years before. But probably I'll start with the basics. This is not really a basic. Wait, let me search it up just to get a clear art. Try Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I think that's a bit too much though. It's quite difficult, but it's something very it's basic politics because it has everything about it. Basically, it says that we as countries we tend to go to war with each other because we have conflict with each other. No, sorry. Because we aspire to achieve our own national interest. But it also says that war doesn't only come just like that, and war doesn't meant to be direct, but it can also mean indirectly, and that's where diplomacy comes in because we don't want wars with each other, right? But we want to achieve our goals. That's why the art of diplomacy is how to meet in the middle without causing so much commotion. And I think what I can also give you is a book from John Mersheimer. Forgot the name of the book though. Uh, let me check. I forgot the name of the book, but it's from John Mersheimer. Something related to great power politics or something. Basically, what Marsheimer said is that we live in an international system. And it also promotes the first idea of Sun Tzu is that in this international system, we have to collaborate with each other. Because if not, then it will create chaos. We have to meet in the middle. We have to talk peacefully, and everything will be affected from those talks. Meaning that we cannot go to war each other because that's going to create chaos. Basically, I can give you two of those works, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Kak Daniel, and also thank you, Kalvis. Next, we will let Kak Ghost to ask the question. Go ahead, Kak Ghost.
Okay, thank you, Karen, for the opportunity. Obviously, if I might ask you a question, in your experience, have you and your diplomat team used movies for any diplomacy efforts, either for peace or for more promotion of our country or something else? Am I clear?
Sorry, I didn't capture that. Do I use movies for what?
Movies for any diplomacy efforts like promoting our country or resolving conflicts or something.
Okay, do we use movies to as reference, you mean maybe?
Mm.
So we don't usually use movies as reference, but most of the movies that are based on diplomats and diplomacy, some of them are true. Like to a certain extent, they are true. And quite inspiring, for example. I forgot the name of the movie, but there's this one movie that tells the story of the U.S. embassy in Iran, in Tehran, go that got no, no, no. That there was an attack, basically. There was an attack in the American embassy in Tehran during the Islamic Revolution there. That is very interesting. That is a true story. So that is what happened during that time. But I forgot the name of the movie. I forgot who played it too. Sorry, my memory is not really good for movies. But then again, as I said, most of the it's Argo. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's Argo. You should check that out. That's a really nice movie. So basically, lots of movies, and also there's a Netflix show called The Diplomat, if I'm not mistaken, based on diplomats, the story of diplomats. It's quite, yeah, you could see what it's similar to what's going on the ground. But do we use reference for it to talk about peace talks? I think we'll stick with the with the current ethics that we do as of now, but everything is a work of art, and everything is a learning platform too. So of course we learn a thing or two from them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Back to you, Karin.
Okay, thank you, Kak Alvis and also Kak Agos. So, here I will let Kak Fai to ask your question. Go ahead, Kak Fai.
Thank you, Anin, for the opportunity, and also thank you, Mas Alfis, for the material that really fruitful to me, and especially about diplomacy. I just want to give, I don't know, it's kind of study case, and that what happened with the MOFA recently, MOFA, our Minister of Foreign Affairs. And as we know that our minister from Foreign Affairs, like deliver something controversial, if I may say that words. But it just, I really wonder about your opinion, just your personal opinion, because I know you work for MOFA and it's going to be like bias, but something that I just really want to know about your opinion as a diplomat, as a, person that work in that sector. The first statement is that coming out from our minister is, if you want to ask about visa rejections for the pilgrim, just ask to the, Saudi Arabia. That's the, something like that. That's the point from our Minister of Foreign Affairs. The statement is coming from the minister. And also Mr. Dinopati Jalal also, you know, say something to the Minister to do something for Harvard students that currently or recently, lately, so many foreign students that kicked out from US or from the States. And Indonesia, as we don't have any problem with states. So what the MOFA can do for that? Mr. Dino Patijala also asked our minister to do that, but there is no response. So the way that communications, what do you think about it related with the diplomacy? Thank you, Mas Alfis.
Okay, this is a very tough question. I see that we only have 2 minutes left. Too bad. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So I can respond. I think you have to repeat the first one, but the second one I can respond directly. Uh, everything. Okay, I'm pretty sure these are all Indonesians here, so right. Everything in diplomacy, everything has to be calculated. We cannot just abruptly say something on social media. We cannot just abruptly make a statement without thinking it twice and thinking the outcomes that comes later. What I can say to you, Mas Fai, is that the ministry is doing efforts. I'm also part of the gears that is doing the effort against America. We are doing everything behind the scenes. So trust me when I say that we are doing the most for our students that are over there, and also the students that are here that haven't gone to universities in the States. I have lots of friends who are currently. I have lots of friends in the ministry and also outside the ministry that are going to study there, and they are also at risk. You see, so that's why everything has been done on our end, and we are doing that in such a calculated way because you have to also consider that if we say everything on social media, if we say everything up for the media to see, that could also become a backfire for us, right? that could also cause commotion. That's what we don't want. That's why we have to be more careful when it comes to dealing with countries like America and also President Trump, of course. There's a certain strategy in dealing with different people and also different countries. That's what I can say about the second question. Your first question was about, can you write it down? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. First question related to MOFA. Sorry. Statement related to pilgrim visas that given by Saudi Arabia and media should ask themselves to as a government. Okay, this is what's on this issue regarding pilgrimage or Hajj. Yeah, uh, Saudi Arabia has their own what's called has their own regulations on it. They have the sovereignty to accept and not to accept the amounts of people. But I can say to you is that Indonesia has been doing quite well in negotiating with Saudi Arabia. Since COVID-19, it was very strict, but Indonesia was able to get a certain amount of people going in for their pilgrimage quota. So when our minister says something as similar as that, that is all under the sovereignty of Saudi Arabia. So, but like I said, connected to the second question that you asked, is that we are always doing efforts from below. We are also doing efforts from the Ministry of Religious Affairs on how to get into contact with Saudi Arabia, maybe even expand their quota, or also maybe doing other efforts to protect our people there. True, but the way our minister delivered the message is to fulfill the requirements as a good diplomacy in terms of media communication. That's true. Yeah. I have no comments about that. Like, I mean, I don't know what I can comment about that. I'm just saying that everything, maybe, yeah. Do I disagree with what he says? Maybe it could have been polished more cleaner. Maybe it could have been polished better. That I agree. But then again, the position still stands in what he says, meaning that everything is under the sovereignty of the Saudi government. Did I respond to your question? All right. No worries. Thank you for
Okay,
the question.
okay, thank you very much, Kak Fai and also Kak Alvis. Here, Kak, we also have a question in the chat box. First, from Kak Sultan Isa Ahmad, Kak. I was living next to a hotel frequented by foreigners, and I tend to assist or help them buy their cigars at warung. Does that count as informal diplomacy?
This is a good one, though. What I can say to you is that most of diplomacy, it doesn't only happens in informal suits and also in meetings, but it also happens outside of those. It happens in warungs, it happens in cafes, it happens in cigar bars, it happens in sofa. We even in the UN, if I'm not like around 3 years ago or 5 years ago, we have this term called sofa talks, like sofa, like the place where you sit. It's because many of those diplomatic talks, the negotiations that we had, are in sofa settings outside of the meeting room. So you usually, in big hotels or in big meeting rooms, they have a like sofa outside of the rooms, right? And that's where the diplomats go to go off and also like avoid the big formals and just cut to the chase. Like, okay, this is what I want. This is what you want, basically. So most of the diplomacy happens outside of the meeting doors, including cigars and also warungs and all that. So yeah, it happens so often. It does count as informal diplomacy. I guess I don't know about the term informal diplomacy. It happens in an informal setting, yes, but diplomacy can come to in every setting. So yeah, you could just call it regular diplomacy, just not in an informal setting. Yeah, just not in a formal setting.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Kak Sultan, for the question and Kak Alvis for the answer. Kak, I think we have another question. Well, there's a lot of questions, Kak. They're really, really interested with your topic. So here we have a question from Kak Muhammad Farel Pramudia. When in the near future the world no longer have hunger, wars, and pandemic, what does the diplomat do?
Sorry, what was the question?
Okay. The question is that when in the near future the world
Okay.
no longer have hunger, wars, and pandemics, what does the diplomat do?
What does diplomat do? So we're talking about like hypothetically, which I doubt, but hypothetically, if we have no hunger, no wars and pandemics, what do diplomat do? More from the positive, right? From the positive side. We promote trade. We promote economic growth. We promote tourism. We also promote cultural exchange. We promote education. So it's not necessarily the things that we must do today, but what can we do today for a better tomorrow? So yeah. So during these promotions and all things, we also held exhibitions abroad to boost our economic growth, to boost our what's called small to middle enterprises. So yeah, so there's a lot of things that we do. It doesn't necessarily have to be like conflict oriented or like the things that we must do today to prevent something from happening, but it also becomes something, it could also be related to something that we can do for a better tomorrow. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Alvis, for the answer. And thank you very much for Kak Muhammad Farel Pramudia for the question. Okay, that's a lot of questions. So I'm sorry, Kak Vincent, we don't have any time because the time is limit. Maybe you can reach Kak Haikal to Instagram
And
to
it's
ask.
okay. Can we
Yeah.
just do one more question just to finish it? Come on.
Okay.
Poor guy.
Okay. Go ahead, Kak
Okay.
Vincent.
Okay, okay. Thank you for the opportunities, Kanin. Okay, Kak Alvis, you mentioned that you're working in the foreign affair, right? So I'd like to ask about Indonesia. I mean, we currently know that Indonesia, I mean, in modern worlds right now, there's trade wars between USA and China. So I'd like to ask to Kak Alvis, how do you see Indonesia in current trade war between USA and China? Is it giving a good prospect to our nation, or is it opposite? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Vincent. So this is a very common question that we always get. Are we choosing sides? Are we pro-China or are we pro-America? I think it's been a question since the World War One, or like since our independence, we've already been asked that. I mean, I understand well that there's these two major powers, but what Indonesia always goes to is that we choose you know how our foreign policy is bebas aktif or independent and active. It's that we're in the so we get to choose which side we're on, but there's basically no sides. So the side that we pick is Indonesia's side, our national interest. If you think that we're leaning towards America, maybe in certain aspects, but if you also say maybe no, we're too much pro-China in certain aspects. So there's always a gain in getting close to a big country like China and America. For example, some people say like we're too pro-China or there's too much cooperation going on with China compared to America. Hey, China is geographically closer. As simple as that. Like as I can say as simple as that, like geographically closer. So why is it maybe it's easier to be closer to China on certain aspects, but doesn't mean that we have a bad relationship with America, for example. We have a big economic surplus from America for like the past, I don't know, even more than 10 years, we have a surplus economic affairs. So meaning that we have good relations with them and we're doing good with them. And every other American diplomat that comes here, they're very happy to be here. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Great, thank you, Kak Alvis.
No problem.
Okay,
Now
thank
we're
you, Kak
done.
Vincent. Okay, now we're done. Okay, thank you, Kak Vincent. Also, Kak Alvis. So, if you guys have like interest to discuss more about diplomat, you can join our FGD session later. But before that, we will take a picture first together. So, please, guys, open your camera so we can see your face. Come on, guys.
Okay, all right, guys. I'm gonna count down from three, so get ready. First slide, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, next, second slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last slide. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Esther, for your help to taking pictures. So, guys, we're gonna divide it into several group discussions. So please, just stay here. So, and Esther will assign you to all the FGD group. So, okay, see you guys in the upcoming 30 minutes in the main room. Bye bye.
All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to the main room. So we will have interesting discussion within the topic, the diplomacy and diplomat itself. Before we start, I would like to encourage all of you to open the camera because we also have live in YouTube channel. So if you're able to open your camera, please do it because you will appear on the YouTube. All right. Okay. Before we start the discussion, I would like to introduce myself first. Hello, my name is Queen, and I will be your facilitator for tonight's session. And we have, who's that? Kafai, Kahendi, Kauki, who else? Kalia, Karirin, Kahen. Are you guys on the main room? So if you're able to open your camera, please do it. Maybe we can start the discussion from Fai first. Sorry. Start the introduction. I mean, from Kafai first. Go ahead, Kak.
Okay, so what should I tell to the group?
Okay.
My name, okay.
The name and also what do you do for a living?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. My name is Fai, and I am a laborer.
Mhm.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kafai. And then next one, Kahendi. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Handy, and I'm currently working in South Jakarta. Nice to meet you all.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Kahendi. Next one, Kauki.
Thank you so much for giving me golden opportunity. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My full name is Fajrian Chow, and you can call me Uki. I live in Jakarta. Now my age is 18 years old. Currently, I am in the college and I'm still semester 2. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kauki. And then the next one, Kak Ririn. Go ahead, Kak.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Karen. I'm a freelancer. I'm living in Jakarta. Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
All right. Thank you, Karirin. And then the next one will be Kak Lia. Are you able to join the discussion, Kak? Okay, I think Kak Lia is not responding. How about Kak Hen? Are you able to join the discussion?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name
Okay.
is Henry and I currently living in West Jakarta. Nice to meet you all.
All right. Thank you so much, Kak Hen. Okay. Then we will talk about diplomacy. So, we already know before that diplomacy can be in formal way and informal way. And I want to know your perspective about diplomacy itself. How is the diplomacy in your everyday life? I mean, it could be in your daily life, what you do that are actually describing the diplomacy itself. Maybe we can start from Kak Handy first.
What was the question again, Kak? Sorry.
Describing the diplomacy in your everyday life. Do you have like descriptions of diplomacy itself?
Yeah, maybe the easiest way to say it is like representing our country, but I don't think I've ever had the intention of doing that. But maybe like casual interaction in game with other people online. Like for example, when you are talking with your in-game teammates and somehow you also exchange cultures. That happens a lot in Dota 2 games because you also know some like banters, I guess. I guess that's one way. I guess it's
Okay.
one of the what is it? One of the diplomacy because they uh the conductor says diplomacy could be in any form, but it just depends on the settings, right? So I guess that's one. I don't know.
Okay, so it's like you're representing your culture in the game. Like you meet a lot of people in those game, and then you representing your culture by like having a conversations with multicultural society, isn't it?
Probably, yeah, I guess.
Okay, wow, that's actually interesting. Like we know before, like diplomacy is actually happening in our life, even for small things like playing a game. Thank you so much, Kak Hendy, for sharing. Next one, Kak Fai, how about you, Kak?
Yes, Queen. Thanks, Queen. I
Yes.
love the way how I pronounce your name.
Okay.
Queen, thank you. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, regarding to your questions, that formal or informal way, actually, I did both, or maybe I'm doing it until now still, because diplomacy is not only about like formal or informal things. If I talk or if I want to tell about my formal things, is that the way I was being liaison officer for some national or international event, especially for international event, I have to like liaisoning the VIP guest that coming from other countries, from Europe, from Asia, and other countries, other region in the world, and also for the informal things is simply because I don't know. I've been, no, no, in the formal things, I've been being like delegates, Indonesians delegates for youth exchange as well to
Mhm.
represent Indonesia. And then we got like exchange to Singapore and we exchange informations, culture. Sometimes we do collaborations. We do like community services. We go to Singapore and Singaporean go to Indonesia. So we have like collaborations, both countries
Mhm.
among the youngsters. And for the informal way is that making friends with international network, and we just promote the good side of Indonesia. So we do not degrading our own country, but yes, we say the bad things as well. But we have to package, we have to deliver it in a nice way. So it's not like hurting my own ego as an Indonesian as well. So that's how I running for the formal and informal diplomacy. Thank you,
Wow.
Queen. Back to
All
you.
right. That was actually interesting. If I might know, what kind of event is that? Like you're being an LO in Kak Fai?
Some events actually conducted by Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we work together at that time. We work together with MOFA as well, or a Minister of Foreign Affairs. So we just get the train how to deal with the VIP, guests. Like it's just like I forget the event because it's like years ago. When back then when I was younger.
Mhm.
And but the most memorable things is that when I was being able to NOC assistant for Asian country, for Kazakhstan, and also for some countries in Asian games and also Asian para games. So yeah, that was really fun experiences.
Wow. Okay. That was really, really interesting. So thank you so much, Kak Fai, for sharing. All right. Okay. So let's continue to the next one. Kak, I will choose Kak Hen. Go ahead, Kak Hen.
If we're talking about representing in informal way, maybe because I was working in a hospital and I used to give an health education to the patient or to the employees. So I have to make myself do like what I say to them. Like I have to eat healthy, like for the breakfast and then for the lunch, and then I have to maintain my weight, and then yeah, I think that's kind of diplomacy I do in daily life, Kak Queen.
Oh, wow. It's like you're also educating the patient or
I do for the patient and for the employee also. So my
oh,
job is to give them like nutrition that we should take for our daily life, and then
hmm.
the medicine that we should take when we have like a headache or a uh or when your stomach hurt and something like that, Kak Queen.
Oh, wow. It was really interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Kak Hen, for sharing. Okay, the next one, Kak Uki, go ahead, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much to giving me question. I think it's very difficult question. So for me, the meaning of the embassy for me actually is the representing our country, is representing the Indonesian culture to the another country. Okay, so for me, actually, embassy it has so many events in here because it has it's the same as like informal and also formal event. Maybe for even we can say international conference, and for formal yeah, itu is for formal event is for international conference. Maybe for the informal, maybe we can say it's like the festival, it's like the culture festival. Okay, and then for me, actually, we know that actually every country is having problem, right? So the task of embassy is like to solve the problem and find a solution. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Kauki. Yeah, it could be like the right way to representing the culture, like having a cultural festival. It was really good. So thank you so much, Kauki, for sharing. The next one we will have Kak Ririn. Go ahead, Kak.
Oh, well, sorry, would you mind to say the question again? I don't
Okay,
really.
okay, that's okay. So the question is, please describe diplomacy in your everyday life.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot for the question. So
Okay.
basically, being diplomatic is a valuable skill that actually is more effective through communication, and it can lead to successful negotiations, which is related with my work right now. Back then, I was a teacher, so every day is a kind of diplomacy with students, fellow teachers, and parents, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
we can be a representative from our schools, but we also try to like communicate them how to um, educate them better and give some information about like schools activities and programs. But right now it's totally different. I am a freelancer, I'm a voice actor, so basically right now how to do diplomacy is basically to interpret what clients wants when we are doing some dubbing job or some reading the audiobook, that we follow the guidance and the direction from the dubbing director, how we represent that as a professional, and how to maintain that communication. And of course, so in the future they can look at forward for us to be their team. So how we manage this good communication, good relation, and of course the quality of our work. So basically, it's a diplomacy too right now. So yeah, that's from me. Thank you.
Oh, right. It's really interesting. Like, diplomacy can be in like you're managing your connections between you and the client. That's actually part of um, diplomacy. So that was really good. Thank you so much, Kak Ririn, for sharing. So, guys, the next question is like, I want to know from your side, do you think that diplomacy is important? And if you say yes, why? And if you say no, it's also why. So let's we start from who's Kak Handy first again.
Is diplomacy important, right?
Yes.
Well, I believe so because I think we can sell a lot of things because of diplomacy. I've had some friends that, so I live in a very uh, I wouldn't say remote, but it's kind of far. It's part of West Java, and I've had some friends that are able to like sold his angklung, but it was like three packages of it, and it was worth like about 20 to 30 million and send it to, it was some university in Netherlands, I believe. And I think it was partly because of diplomacy that he can sell a lot of those things. So thanks to diplomacy, so yeah, I do believe it's important. It helps people.
Okay, it really helps people. Okay, thank you so much, Kak Hendy, for sharing. Next one, I will hear from Kak Hen first. Go ahead, Kak Hen.
From what I heard, the conductor said before, I think there is a lot of economical benefits if we are doing some diplomacy. We can trade like our products to another country, and then we can, you know, maybe like some kind of like prevents conflicts, maybe because we have to maintain a good relationship with another country. I think that's it from me, Kak Queen.
Okay, so it could be preventing the conflicts. That's
Yeah.
the point. Thank you so much, Kak Hen. Next one, Kak Uki first. Go ahead, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so for me, actually, diplomacy is very important to us because we know that actually every country is having the problem, right? So we need to solve it. Maybe, okay, maybe sometimes a few country is, I mean, it's like we need to another country to solve this problem. So for me, actually, the role of the embassy maybe is like to solve the problem and the communication the problem with the country, because we know that actually the country, it has so many problems. We need to solve it by the embassy and also the president or that. So for me, embassy is also important to representing our country. And the second is like to communication, the communication with another country. And for the third is like, yeah, okay, for me, it's representing our country and to solve this problem if we have a problem. And for the third is like to do the relationship between another country, because we know that actually now Indonesia, it has so many relationship between another country like China or anything else, right? We have so many relationship, but the diplomacy, it has so many benefits, like to try to communication and then try to do that it so well. So we need to embassy. I think the big point by statement is like representing our country, and the second is like to solve this problem, and the third is like to improve our relationship and then to improve our communication between our country and another country. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it's like about maintaining the connections between countries, and also like it's important because we use diplomacy itself like as the way we connect within countries and solve the problems. All right, thank you so much, Kak Uki, for sharing. Next one, Kak Fai, go ahead, Kak.
Well, my answer will be 100% definitely. Yes, it is very important. That's
Mhm.
all.
Do
And
you
if you ask me
do you
the
have
reason, well,
yes?
yeah, just like the conductor said before, diplomacy is really give us a lot of disadvantages. Like it has a playing big roles to build a friendship with other countries, especially not only for their advantages, but also we will get the advantages. So it's just like a mutualism for representing our country, negotiating, reporting, protecting, promoting, and managing it. So it's not only building the new relationship with another country, but the way how we maintain it and the way how we win the solutions from the both country or even more in the regions. Because diplomacy, in terms of the context, is that international relations. So it's not only about bilateral, but also multilateral that we have to maintain. So that is really important for our own goods and also you know, for the world being peace.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
That was the good points, like not also like building a connections, but also like maintaining the connections itself. So thank you so much, Kafai, for sharing. The last one, Karirin, how about you, Kak?
Oh, I think all of our friends already summarized it the best. So yeah, for sure, I definitely think that it was totally important in this kind of economy, in this kind of situation.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, like, it's important because I think diplomacy is kind of art of maintaining peaceful relationships. Some of our friends already mentioned it before, between nations, especially right now because we live in the same world. So if not peace, then war. No. we don't have that option. So we have to maintain that in a good way. And also, it enables and facilitates communication and cooperation between nations, help to prevent and resolve the conflict, and reshape the world order. We live in this one Earth, right? So yeah, I think I'm totally agree with what other friends said before. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, so it's basically the arts of maintaining the connections to make the world being very peaceful for our lives. So thank you so much, Karirin, for sharing. Next, we're gonna move to the next question. So it's actually a kind of tricky questions. I would like to ask all of you, like if you had the change to represent Indonesia abroad as a diplomat, what country interests you the most? And what issue do you want to work on? So first, I would like to ask Kak Ririn first because Kak Ririn has already been the last one before. So Kak Ririn, you can go first.
Oh wow, surprise! Thank you. I think to be ambassador for Finland, because back then I was a teacher, I work in education, so I really want to learn actually from their educational system. They are, yeah, they have a good PISA score, and they have a really education development. So I want to learn, and I also want to represent Indonesia, as we also have cultures and how to like embed it our culture probably to educational system, and how to make it um different from another country, especially like European or Americans. We have this really rich cultures. Probably can embed it to our educational program, and then how we do the student exchange program, a teacher exchange program. So we can learn from them, and they also can learn a lot from us, because I still believe that we still have positive things, right?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah, we still have lots of things to do. So yeah, that's the country I want to be represent about Indonesia.
All right. Thank you so much, Karin. Actually, Finland is interesting because of their educational system, like Karin said before. Maybe we can learn from them, and maybe we can like vice versa. They can also learn from us. Thank you so much for sharing, Karin. Now, Kak Fai, go ahead, Kak. Yes, you.
I was shocked.
So
Um,
sorry.
which
Okay.
country?
Yes.
Hmm. To be honest, I don't have any particular country that I have to be, join as a diplomat. But maybe it's country that really preserve their own cultures, and they have like good educational system. Basically, the good things from them, so that we can learn and absorb their, the way they doing it, and then we can implement it in our country. And also, it's not only about we take it and then for granted, no, but we can also offer what we have for them. And that's what country that I really want to, to be, and to be in their country. So there's no particular countries for me. I mean, wherever it is, then, well, yes, I do, because I really love to build the connections with other countries and other people from other different cultures, different technology, different the way our life. That's all, Queen. Thank you.
All right. So, do you think Australia is also a part of the right country to learn
Oh.
since you're living there?
uh yeah, actually in Australia, yeah, we have like totally different way of life.
Mhm.
But actually, so many Australian also knows Indonesia, so it's nothing much about nothing. I'm not doing a fort like, oh, Indonesia is this country, Bali is not a country, so Bali is part of Indonesia. No, they're already aware of it, so I don't need to explain anything about it, and they know already that Indonesia is really a really beautiful country. Indonesia is, but one thing that I have to protect from them is that sometimes I cannot deny, but yeah, Indonesia is not is a freedom country for them, because here in Australia is very strict. But when they go to Indonesia, they are feeling loose and freedom, like they can do whatever they wanted to. That's why sometimes in Bali we see a lot of Australian, they're living like as a vulgar or something like that, because they feel that Indonesia is not that strict for them. That's all.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. That was
bogans.
really interesting. Bogans. Okay. Thank you so much, Kak Fai, for sharing. Next one, we will have Kak Handy. Go ahead, Kak.
Yeah, this is hard actually. I don't think I have any specific country that I really want to go to represent Indonesia. I guess anywhere, any country that is not familiar enough with Indonesia, because I feel like it could be good for business, especially because I've seen like some friends in my hometown, like they actually could make a living by selling those traditional music instruments. Like even though it didn't sell much in this city, in this country, they could really live because of it. Just selling those to another country. So maybe try to popularize that in other country too, because that might help them. Who knows?
Okay. So it's basically popularize the local things to abroad. Isn't it correct, Kak Handy?
Yes, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kak Handy, for sharing. Okay. Next
Yeah.
one, Kak Uki. Go ahead, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much for giving my question. I don't know how to answer this question, but for me, I'm going to share my experience when I was visiting the embassy of the French, and in there we spoke about the gender equality. Maybe if you are asking about it, maybe for a while, I'm going to choose about the country which is called French because I was visiting embassy of the French in there, and then we spoke about the gender equality. And I'm going to bring the topic which is the gender equality. I'm going to, because we know that actually on the engineering work, maybe for the woman still doesn't has the same golden opportunity between men and also women. So that I'm gonna bring the topic which is called the gender equality, and that my purpose is like to improve our stereotype in Indonesian people. It's like the woman and the man is the same. We are the same level. We are the same power, especially what the subject anything. For example, like engineering or what else? Yeah, you know what I mean, right? So for me, actually, for the country French, and I'm gonna bring the topic which is called the gender equality from the education and also the workplace. And I'm gonna change the Indonesian stereotype people, which is so the woman only stay in their kitchen, but the woman can do it is to getting the better job, to getting the same salary like as a man. So I'm gonna bring the topic is like that. Thank you so much. I don't know how to answer this question. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's okay. Thank you so much, Kofi. That's actually French. And if you said about the topic, it would be like about the gender equality. Okay, that was really good. Thank you so much for sharing. And the next one, the last one will be Kak Hen. Go ahead, Kak Hen.
I think my answer is same like the others. Queen.
You don't have like a specific country then?
No, I have not any
Okay.
specific country. I think I would happily to represent Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer, Kahan. Okay, since we have limited time, I will ask the last question. So, uh, since we are Gen Z and some of us are also millennials, so I would like to ask about the social media use to contribute between digital diplomacy. So, do you think in this era, in this social media era, how can young people can contribute it to the diplomacy itself, and it's a digital diplomacy using the social media? How can it be from your side? Maybe I would like to just choose random persons. So Kak Handy, go ahead, Kak.
What was the question again?
Using
Yeah.
the social media, how could we contribute to digital diplomacy?
Well, I think I've seen a lot of contents, like Indonesian contents that targeted a wider range of audiences, like broader, even like Western countries, people there, and most of them are about Indonesian words and what is it, what, like how to translate certain words in Indonesians. That we have some words that didn't translate well in their language. I think that's one of the diplomacy in social media. I would say I've seen a lot of contents there on Instagram, but probably a lot of them. But that's the only thing I know so far.
Okay, so it's actually yeah, so it's basically like promoting their culture with the social media, isn't it, Kahanbi? Or
I guess, yeah, through literature and language.
okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ka. Okay, the last one. We still have time. Maybe from who will Karirin, since you're using social media that much, I think because you're working in the arts sector, maybe you can answer it, Kak.
I just made some kind of announcement. I'm kind of an old generation. Let me know
That's really okay.
social media, but I agree with what our friend said before. Yeah, we can use social media, especially for like Gen Z or probably Alpha, because everything will be absorbed faster if it's into some kind of videos version. And yeah, probably we can say something related to culture or a positive way to like change that perception from other people, for the youngsters, so they can know better and yeah, they learn better. I think. Thank
Okay, so the point is still using the social media to make everything's got better. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for sharing. Since we have limited time and everyone's already come back, so I will give the stage to Kak Anin. Back to you, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Kak Queen. Hi, hello guys. So, how is the discussion? Is it fun? Is it insightful? Are you happy to have a discussion with us today?
It was more like a political debate.
Oh, it's more like a political debate. Okay, but since we have a limited time, guys, so we cannot do any longer of this session. If you wanna have a more discussion time, you can join our another class in upcoming classes in Tuesday, Thursday, and also Saturday. So, guys, since we already do the FGD session while waiting the others members to come back again in our main room, I want to hear some insight or maybe opinion about the discussion. Maybe I will choose Kalan. Hi, Kalan. Hi, Kalan.
It's so sudden.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I want to hear maybe one of your member as representative to share about the discussion in your group.
Okay, I think we actually having a lot of like a fun discussion, so we don't like having choose a person who will get anything in this time, but I will proudly choose Kagani maybe to represent our group. I think Kagani is
Okay.
yeah, okay, Kagani. Let's go, Kagani.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Lan, for choose me to conclude our group discussion. Yeah, in our group, we discuss a lot. Yeah, we discuss about diplomacy. We discuss about pro yeah promoting, and also discuss about which country, our dream country, like that. So in about diplomacy, uh, some of us have a view about diplomacy is about managing yeah negotiating in our daily activity, for example, like negotiating our chores with our yeah, for example, like we negotiating our chores with our family, our brothers or our sisters, and also we reporting, like when there's an issue, you can reporting the issue, and of course about protecting, like we can protecting something, we can protecting something that we feel like, oh, it is not good, like that. Maybe someone state about something, and you don't disagree with that. We can ask them politely, instead of give them a hate comment. And also about promoting, we can yeah, like if you are a seller, or if you can promote your product to someone else. And about managing is you can manage your time, you can manage your schedule like that. So all of them uh, are about diplomacy. So diplomacy is not about country or issue, but big issue, but also about small thing in your daily activity like that.
Cool. Okay, thank you very much, Kak Gani, for your sharing. So diplomacy is not only about about government, but also about little things, daily activities that we always maybe do every day. That maybe we before joining this class we didn't recognize that was a diplomacy, but after joining this class we know that that is diplomacy. Okay, thank you, Kak Gani, for your sharing. Okay, guys, since we already have the FGD station, so okay, please guys, scan this attendance form so we can get a lot of feedback from you to improve our class in the next classes, in upcoming classes. I will give you time, maybe 10 seconds to scan this and fill this. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for all of y'all who already joining our class. Before we end the class, I think I wanna call the conductor again to the main room, to the our main stage. Hello, Calvis.
Hello, Kak. I'm here.
Okay, so before we end the class, I wanna hear some closing statement from you.
Okay, something I forgot to mention, but I just mentioned it after I saw a question before, is that when we talk about diplomacy, when we conduct in diplomacy with other countries, treat countries like you would treat people. So, I mean, for example, in international relations, we manage relations between countries, right? Right? Like how we manage relations with friends, with people. Sometimes we don't necessarily have the same opinion about certain things, but we want to meet in the middle. You know, we want to cooperate together, we want to work together on something, and we make peace. Sometimes maybe we fall apart. Sometimes we have bad relations with people, but then we try our best to have good relationships with them later on. So yeah, the key to diplomacy is treat everyone like you would treat your friends and just be nice and just go along with it. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you for your time, everyone. Have a lovely Tuesday.
Okay, who will give applause for Kak Alfis? Thank you very much for your closing statement, and also thank you very much, Kak Alfis, for your willingness to share knowledge and also insight about diplomacy in our class today. And also thank you for everyone who joining our class today. Who hopefully, I hope that you can learn a lot of knowledge and insight today. And please always support us, Britzone, by following our social media and joining our class in the upcoming classes. Okay, so see you everyone. Bye bye. Thank you for joining. Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye
Thank you, guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
See you next class.
Bye.